This video is going to show how you can use the new Google LTI within assignments to force a copy of something for your students. Traditionally, we used to have to paste the link to the assignment and then change the end of the shareable link to say copy, and then it made a copy for the students. With the new cloud assignment feature with Google LTI, you don't have to do any of that. You just assign the cloud assignment. When the student accesses it, it automatically makes the copy for them. They complete it right here within Canvas and then submit it right here within Canvas. No problem whatsoever. So I'm going to go into an assignment to do this. I already have the assignment shell set up in a module, so I'm just going to quickly access that. And so now I'm in the assignment shell. One thing that I really want to point out with using the cloud assignment feature is if you want to use a rubric, if you want to attach a rubric to this assignment, you have to do it first. You have to add the rubric before you can set up the cloud assignment. So you would come down to your plus rubric button, go ahead and access that and design your rubric, or pull one of your existing rubrics using the find a rubric feature right here. But you just need to make sure you do that before you actually set up the cloud assignment. So I'm going to go into edit. I feel it's always important to point out that we want to type very clear directions here for the students on how to do whatever assignment you're asking them to do. Then everything else is the way you normally would do it. Set your point value. If you have an assignment group you want it to go to, how you're going to display the grade. And then this is the important step. Where it says submission type, you're going to choose from the drop down and you're going to choose external tool. External tool will pull up this option to find your external tool URL. You're going to click on find. It's going to load any external tools that you have loaded, and since you have LTI enabled, you'll come down and choose Google Docs Cloud Assignment. So I'm going to choose that. It launches the resource box, and now you can either search through your files, or if you remember what you named it, you can just type it in and use the search feature. I remember what I named mine, so I'm just going to type it in. So here's my blank Romeo and Juliet Act 1 digital log. Just one click to where it gets the check mark, and then click submit. Choose select, and it goes ahead and populates that address for you. So you're here. Now it's business as usual. Determine who you're going to assign it to. Determine a due date. I always recommend choosing a due date. That guarantees it's going to show up in your student's Canvas calendar for them to be able to see, or their parents be able to see. And then you click save. And now that assignment is set up for the students. So you'll see here it shows that there's a copy of a blank Romeo and Juliet log here. They can go in, they completely type on the page. Now I am a student and a teacher in this course, so I do have the blue submit button, but I also still have my teacher stuff. So I'm going to switch over to just a student view, so that way you can see what that looks like for the students when they submit. Okay, now I'm back in the course as a student. You'll notice over under the to-do list, the student has a complete submitting Google Cloud assignment using LTI. They can access it just by clicking there, or they can click on their coming up, or they could go through modules and find the assignment in the traditional path. So I'm just going to click the to-do list because that's the easiest. It loads the assignment for the student. The directions are at the top, and then it will load the embedded Google document for them. So you'll see here, the student has the copy of the digital log. They come in, they decide they just click in the box and start typing. So the student types in, fills out what they want to fill in, and then when they're done, they just go ahead and click submit, and it submits that assignment for them. Now I'm going to switch over to the student's drive to show you how that gets organized. When I click over into the drive, you'll notice there's a folder, Springfield Public Schools. That's the LTI folder. When they go into the folder, they'll have their different courses. That test course is called Homeroom. They go into that Cloud Assignments folder. And then here's the assignment that they just submitted. And they have their copy right there. They didn't have to share this with me or anything like that, anything that you're used to doing with the forced copy, or if you use Google Classroom in this way and push out a copy of the template for everyone. You just add it as a cloud assignment here on Canvas. The students access it all within Canvas, they make their changes, and they submit it. So once the student has submitted the assignment, now you can go into SpeedGrader and grade it just as you grade any of the other work and provide any feedback that you'd like to provide. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to switch back over to the other page, my teacher page, and I'm going to go into the assignment. So when in SpeedGrader, you'll notice that it loads the preview screen right there on the left where I have the work that the student submitted. I can add my comments, I can draw on the screen, and use those Crocodocs features. I can come over here. If I had a rubric, I would fill out the rubric. I would add my grade. I could also type any comments here or video, any media comments that I wanted to do here, just the way I'm used to providing feedback already within Canvas. And so that's how you can use the new Google LTI to have your students submit cloud assignments in Canvas